Hello, welcome on board an Orange Line train going on the southwest corridor. There's another one. We look frazzled because we had to leave a bit early because the T is doing signal on the Rockport line. But today we're going to the MBTA's least used station, and to get there we're taking America's most scenic commuter rail line. So we will see you at North Station, where we hopefully make the Shuttle Bus to Swampscott.
Today's adventure will bring us up the Rockport line to West Gloucester, the least used station on the MBTA. This line's history can be traced back to 1838, when the Eastern Railroad opened its first section from East Boston to Salem. This was the first section of a larger line from Boston to southern Maine, running along the north shore of Massachusetts. The line quickly expanded throughout the 1840s, and the line we'll be riding today, then called the Gloucester branch, opened in 1847. In 1861, the line was extended to Rockport, completing what we now know as the Rockport line. 11 years later, in 1872, where we're going, West Gloucester Station finally opened. A major reorganization of rail service north of Boston came around in 1884, when the Boston and Maine Railroad leased the Eastern Railroad, and again in 1893, when what is now North Station, then called North Union Station, was built. Similar to the Needham branch, watch that video by the way if you haven't already, this line started to lose money in the late 1950s and early 1960s, and the MBTA soon stepped in to subsidize service. Service past Ipswich on the Newburyport line was suspended in 1976, but the Rockport line was barely able to escape from being cut and remained operational into the 1980s. In 2020, however, a new uncertainty was introduced to the Rockport line. The circa 1911 Gloucester drawbridge, just to the east of West Gloucester Station, was structurally deficient, and service on the line was significantly altered. However, by 2022, service resumed, and we now have the line we know and love today. So I'll see you boarding the surprisingly nice shuttle bus up to Swampscott.
Alright, we have boarded the Shuttle. It's a vibey Academy coach bus.
We have great seats.
We have the front row seats, which is nice. And yeah, if there are any funny sights, I'll film them, and if not, alright, we just took the shuttle up to Swampscott. It was fun. Google Maps got the driver a bit lost after Lynn, so we got directions from local, and I think that they only have a single door open, which is just the most T thing ever.
No, that's normal.
Yes, it's the most T thing ever. For that to be normal. And also there's an F40, so we're gonna go attempt to film that. The T is not very good about publicizing how this works, but what we know happens, because I just talked to a conductor on the other side. The inbound side is for Rockport, the outbound is for Newburyport, which would be fine if they said which side was track 1 and which was track 2. But they don't. Like, they say, the train's on track 1. Okay, where's track 1? There's no way to find out. But then, yeah, we're on the train. I'll see you third line. We just left Salem. We are about to cross a bridge over the insert river named River. I'll put a text box up. Here's some cool music. So at Swampscott, as you heard of the clip that I probably put in, there was like zero communication. So we just called the T, who didn't really do anything.
She couldn't really understand any of the stuff I was talking about. It was really weird.
I think it was just because they didn't want to do anything, but they said the buses are privately operated, so we called Academy. And we told them there's zero communication. This train's on this track, the other train's on that. Rockport's on inbound, Newburyport is on outbound, and they just said they do it. So that's great. And when we come back to
Swampscott, we'll see how the communication of them. I'm very curious. But yeah, transit advocacy at its best.
That's the first time I've ever advocated for anything. So I just wanted to improve other passengers' rides because this was posted at 4 a.m. this morning and it's going to go through like the 12th or something. So it's a good length diversion. So it would help if people knew what to do.
You see, this is why transit advocacy is good.
All right, getting off the train at West Gloucester. Only one on and one off, and we're foaming at folks.
So we're at the inbound platform, as it says inbound to Boston, here at West Gloucester. This station has a mini high on both sides, but this platform is short. Now the only way to get to this platform is this crossover. This is the only covered part, despite there being benches and trash cans over there, which I think is totally fine because we're so close to Rockport that I imagine they don't get a ton of people going to Rockport.
Yeah, as you'll hear in the ridership stats, this station got a total of 1 person per day going towards Rockport.
So there's a bench for Bro. Actually, there's 3 benches for Bro.
Yeah.
The mini high isn't covered like the stations on the Needham line, but there's plenty of benches here. And
there's sadly not an original station building, although I'm not sure if the station ever did have one. If it did, here's a text box of when it got demolished. As for the exits, first schedules.
Train gets service every hour like normal.
Really? Oh wow,
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Because every station gets
And it's a flag stop. Weekdays outbound in the mornings.
Yeah. Oh, because that's probably so they speed up the trains.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it just gets every service stops here, and
it's every 2 hours on weekends.
it kind of deserves to be least used. It's just like some random, like, couple homes.
Yeah. That being said, this is a vibey ass station. And also, it has a bus connection, which is cool. It has a sign, which you can kind of see through the trees there, that says T, going your way, West Gloucester, which I think is from the 90s, right?
I don't know.
Okay. There's a sign about the new Lynn station, and then that is the unmarked pedestrian path, which is also an exit to the station, because why not? So, first, some ridership info, and then we'll go use that unmarked pedestrian path. Alrighty, it's now time for the famed ridership stats and station rating section. Alright, so first off, ridership stats. The T's most recent ridership stats were in 2018, and they were a pain to compile, but I did. And they're by weekday riders. So this station got 43 riders per weekday, making it the least used station on the T, period. Without its least used, of course, except for the closed ones. And Riverworks, but that's a private station, so it doesn't count. In terms of what I think about the station, yeah, it's not a super great station. It's just so vibey though, and like it's got really beautiful scenery. It seems to be a nice neighborhood station, and I really like neighborhood stations. And especially, I mean, like wow, those like nice trees. I like it. I don't know how much of this is just me being riding the commuter rail for the first time, but I am gonna give it a 7 out of 10 because I would give it a 5, but it gets 2 points for vibiness.
I'm also gonna give it a 7 because every train stops here, and the station is fine. It just is a neighborhood, so it's like low density housing, but that's fine. Yeah.
Cool. So now time to walk down the pedestrian exit path of doom to the random little deli convenience store that's here to go refill our water bottles. So we've come from the parking lot, which also has a car. There's someone else at the least used station that's getting on the train. Oh my gosh! But yeah, this is the exit path. It's not marked.
Waking people up at 9 a.m.
Yeah. Oh no. Wow. So sad. It's not marked at all.
It's maintained-ish, or it was maintained.
Ish. The only way I know I know about it is because I read a Miles in Transit review of this station, which talked about this path, and did not give it very high praise. And yeah, it's very funny.
I think it was built, but then I think they stopped maintaining it. It's like a fine walking path.
It's just like, oh wait, there's the cat at the bus again. Oh yeah, I'm curious because I don't think it's technically supposed to, but maybe it sometimes does.
No, it's not.
Is it? No, I don't think so. And it was late leaving, but early coming back, which I guess kind of makes sense because that bus's terminus is just banging a U-turn at the town line of Gloucester and Essex. Because why not? Massachusetts RTAs, guys. This is the Little River Mart. There is a lot of booze here. See you back at the station. All right, here comes the train, pulls into West Gloucester. And with this train arriving, I'm going to say goodbye. And thank you very much for watching.